So I didn't have slides for today's lesson, and I want to take a quick moment just to make a video to go over this because I really want you guys to understand it. And for those of you that might have missed or were struggling with the lesson, it's usually good to kind of have it in front of you with my voice. And so here's a video. I'm just starting with page 59. 59 kind of goes through really the important features of the things you need to know from today's lesson. Starting with number 1, you have a line, right? And we have points A, C, D, and B on this line. And the idea that we're trying to get is when you rotate this line 180 degrees around point D. So that means point D stays the same, and we're taking everything else and rotating it 180 degrees. 90 degrees would be straight up, so that means A would come straight up here, right? 90 degrees would be here because that would be a 90-degree angle. 180 means that I'm taking this A and I'm moving it all the way over there, okay? Now, if we were doing this exactly perfect, which we should because this is a math class, you would want to then move A, what is that, about 5.5? So over here to 11. So A prime would be over here, okay? And then we'd have C from D is about 3, just over 3, so that's going to be just over 3, would be right around here. Okay, so now we've got C prime. And then B, so B is on the opposite side of D, right? If I were to do 90 degrees clockwise, and this does say just 180 degrees, but let's say I went clockwise, then this would mean B would be here, A would be there. But I want B to be over here, so it's going to go 180, so that's just over a centimeter. Okay, so then B prime would be there. So now the order changes, right? Well, D was once third, if you from left to right, is now second from left to right because now B switched over, right? So that's 180. 180 means the line doesn't actually change. We're just moving it because the line is 180 degrees. Right. Which gets us now to number 2. Number 2, I have this angle now coming off, or another line segment coming off of this line C, and I want to rotate it 180 degrees. So again, I'm putting C is my point, and I want to basically just move this 180 degrees here, which means this is going to move 180 degrees that way. All right. So again, I'd want to measure that out. Comes at just over 6 to just over 6, right around here. So that's going to be A prime, right? Because it's going to go woo. And then this way, I want 180 degrees. So that's just a straight line through that point. So that would be 180 degrees. And I'm measuring, just about 5 centimeters. So another 5 centimeters is right here. And now I've got that angle, right? And so all I've done is taken this and moved it around. And in our other lessons prior to this, when we do a rotation with a shape, the angles, the side lengths, everything stays the same. So that means this angle is going to be the exact same as this angle. Everything stays the same. All we did was just move it. The shape of it, the degrees, everything about it doesn't change. All the measurements don't change. It's just simply moved over here, right? So now that gets us to number 3. And number 3 is really getting to the center point of what we are trying to look at for today's lesson, which is I've got 2 lines crossing, connecting at this vertex 0. And if I do a 180 degree rotation of this line here around this point 0, that's going to come all the way around and be over here. All right, so that'll be D prime. And then A is going to do the same, A prime. Boom. And what we discover is this angle here is the exact same as this angle there. So these 2 angles are congruent, which is huge. Okay, we're getting to like a very big feature point of geometry when it comes to lines, line segments, and their intersecting angles, right? So these 2 angles are congruent. which brought me to this picture that I shared with you guys in class, but I wanted to just go over it one more time. Okay, and this is part of the lesson summary. It's on page 61, and it really kind of goes through everything that we have talked about and gets us this new definition. It's called vertical angles. Okay, vertical angles are the angles opposite each other, in this case the 40 degrees, when you take two lines and cross them. All right, so vertical angles, 140 and 140, 40 and 40, they're always congruent. Vertical angles are congruent. All right, so if this is 40, then this is 40. This is 140 and this is 140. All right, so that's really the main idea here. And because if we look at that 180 rotation, they're going to be the exact same. All right, so the main idea is vertical angles are congruent. Opposite sides from that vertex will be congruent, which now gets us to our homework. The homework that I assigned is part of the Lesson 9 practice problems, all right? And it's numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4 on pages 62 and 63. I hope this kind of helped. This is almost now a 6.5-minute video, so that's a lot of me talking, so I'm going to go ahead and shut up now. And if you watched this whole thing, thank you. Come let me know that you watched the whole thing, and I'll get you a sticker. I appreciate it. Bye, guys.